I know there's a lot of folks calling, so good talking to both of you again, and we'll be on here a lot more often in the future. So back to you, George, EI6S G3WXX.
Yeah, fully understood, Tom, there. Well, let me wish your son well, and these things are, they all come and go there. I think Tony has a problem at the moment there. I heard you discuss it a few times, Tony. I didn't break in. Heard you on last night, and the band was quiet, so I figured it was worth a try this morning. So that brings me up at 5 o'clock. Anyhow, thank you, Tom. Back to you in England, Tony.
Yeah, fine, George. Yes, well, thanks for your kind
regards there, George. Very, very much appreciated. Yep, okay, Tom. Yep, all understood, and well, I'm certainly glad to hear that things are looking better now, Tom. Thanks for calling in then, and we'll catch you another morning, Tom. Keep listening for us, and call in when you hear us, Tom. Kilo 3, Mike Oscar Victor, G3WXX. Thank you, Tom.
7-3, fellas. By the way, George, you're S9 also. You're S9 also in Baltimore, George. 7-3, fellas.
Good morning, Tom. Thank you.
Horrendous signals in here. Great signals, George and Tony. W2ZM.
Oh, good morning, Bob. I think I've got the name right. But you know what I'm like with names. The zooming missile is zooming in at 5 and 9 plus this morning, over.
You know, both you fellas are running 30 over. Unbelievable signals. And it's been very noisy. And last night it was very noisy. Some of the UK boys were on late. In fact, Chris was late for work probably. He was on. I got up at a little after 4 and came down, but the QRN was just tremendous. Tonight it's much quieter, much quieter, and propagation appears quite good. G3WXX and EI6 Sugar W2ZM.
Yeah, fine. Well, it has been extremely noisy the last couple of days when I've listened. I've not been on a great deal. It's been very, very noisy. But as you say, at the moment, not too bad. Stand by for George. Go, George. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, well, yesterday morning was very, very poor propagation completely and never sounded bad. This morning seems to be good, and I was learning from you last night there before I went to bed, Tony. But anyhow, W2 Zulu, Mike, thank you for the good report. Well, you're 25 at least with me there, very, very strong. And this is George, over.
Good hearing you again, George. Wonderful signal. 30. You're 30 over. 30 over right on the button. You and Tony both, exactly 30 over. Have a good time. I hear a lot of stations calling. There's no doubt West Coast should be good propagation to the West Coast. G3WXX, EI6 Sugar W2ZM.
Yeah, fine, okay. And I had the name right. It's Bob, over.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, I have to check on this. Old age, Bob, that's what it is. But we're one of these days we get ourselves organised with a decent login system. I keep saying that, Bob, but I'll have to sort myself out. Take care then, Bob. Thanks for calling in. It's always nice to hear you, of course. W2ZM G3WXX. Have a nice day, Bob.
Good morning to both you fellas.
Kilo Foxtrot 4, India Zulu.
America, Denmark 5, Bravo, Victor.
Mexico, Victoria, Papa, K5, Mike, Victor, Peterbilt, Mississippi. Zulu Echo.
Yeah, we'll take the Mississippi station, Kilowatt 5, Mike, Victor, Papa. Kilowatt 5, Mike, Victor, Papa. One or two other stations calling, so I'll give you a report when I hear you on your own there. Golf 3, Whiskey, X-ray, X-ray, and the name is Tony, over.
Okay, Tony. Golf 3, Whiskey, X-ray, X-ray. Kilowatt 5, Mexico, Victoria, Papa, Mississippi. Very nice signal, Tony, and good morning to you. And my name is Andy, America, Norway, Denmark, yesterday. Andy, you report 57 here, Tony. Nice signal. And I won't hold it long because there are many stations calling you. G3, Whiskey, X-ray, X-ray, K5, Mike, Victor, Papa.
QSL, Andy, QSL. Well, thank you for the 5 and 7. Same report, 5 and 7, 57 from me, Andy. And we have a friend on frequency, so I just checked that you got that okay, Andy, and then we'll pass it to George. My name is Tony. Kilowatt 5, Mike Victor Papa, G3WXX, over.
100%, Tony. No problem whatsoever, and we're standing by for the other station.
Yeah, fine. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Good morning, Andy in Mississippi. I have it already written down 5 by 757, Echo India 6 Sugar, over. Yes, Echo India 6 Sugar, K5 MVP. Fine, George. We've talked before, both to you and Tony. And nice signal. I think you've got, it must be QSC because you two are about equal. But at that time you were just a bit of tad louder, so I'll give you a 7 to an 8, George. You both have outstanding signals this morning. Back to you, Tony, and George, nice, beautiful signal too, and all the best to you this morning from Mississippi. G3 Whiskey X-Ray X-Ray and EI6 Sugar K5 Mike Victor Peter.
Very, very fine, Andy. Well, it's nice to know that we're getting out to the Midwest there, and it's nice to have some propagation after all the noise of the last few days. Take care, Andy. Thanks for calling in. Kilowatt 5, Mike Victor Papa, G3WXX. Good morning, Andy. Thank you.
Good morning, Tony. Good morning, George. K5 MVP, off and clear. 73.
Bye-bye, Andy.
America, Denmark 5, Bravo Victor.
America, Denmark 5, Bravo Victor. Good morning to you. You're about a 5 and 8. I'll confirm that next time. Name is Tony, Texas Ocean and Sea yesterday. America, Denmark 5, Bravo Victor, G3WXX, over.
Okay, very good morning, Tony. Sounding great over on stateside this morning. Coming into the state of Arkansas, 459, as well as your friend George, also is 59. But haven't talked to you now in about 6 or 7 months, so we just thought we would drop the hammer and see what'd come around our side there. So, Gulf 3 Whiskey X-Ray X-Ray, Alpha Delta 5, Bravo Victor returning, over.
Very, very fine indeed. Well, nice to know we're getting through to Arkansas this morning, and thank you for the 5 and 9. Your report is 5 and 8 tonight, 5, 8 to 9, and just remind me of the name again, please, over.
Okay, the name is Jim, Juliet India Mike, Juliet India Mike, Jim from the state of Arkansas, over.
Very, very fine, Jim. Yeah, have a hopeless memory for names, Jim. Stand by for George. Go ahead, George.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning to you, Jim. 5 and 8, 58, Echo India 6 Sugar, and the name is George, and back to Arkansas, over.
Okay, Echo India 6 Sugar, George. Boy, I had you 59 also, 59, sounding great this morning here. I've been listening to South Africa come up, and Europe is starting to back up, so the sun is getting right, I suppose, on all of our DX. So seems like the sunrise, sunset's coming up great there. George, 73 is Tony. Good to hear y'all this morning here. Tony, I do have your card. I'll try to get one from George. Alpha Delta 5, Bravo Victor. 73 is on, man.
QSL the 59, thank you, Jim. Back to Tony.
Yeah, very, very fine, Jim. Well, it's nice to hear you once again, Jim, and nice to know that propagation's getting out your way. Thanks a lot for calling in, Jim, and we'll hopefully catch you another morning. Alpha Delta 5, Bravo Victor, G3WXX. Thank you, Jim, and all the best. Thanks for calling.
73, bye-bye.
Thought I had somebody calling there. Any Midwest or West Coast? Any 6s or 7s? Any West Coast? Golf 3 Whiskey X-Ray X-Ray calling. Any 3 Delta 2s? Any long distance CKDX? Golf 3 Whiskey X-Ray X-Ray with company by City Call, over. Well, there we are. It's funny. I think we got that little quiet period again, George.
Yeah, the band does that at times. It drops out completely, but interesting. As soon